it's that time for What Do You Say, J and K. What we got, my man?
All right. Let's see. Let's get a little something over here. Oh, okay. Ooh, spicy.
Yeah.
So this is from Riri from Philadelphia, and she sent us this message through Instagram.
Okay. Riri, not Riri?
Yeah, I don't think it's that Riri.
Oh, you don't think that Riri?
I don't think it's that Riri.
She ain't watching our show?
Maybe she is.
Okay, we're going to get her on soon.
But she's not from Philly.
Okay, she's not from
So
Philly.
this one says, I'm a married woman. I have 2 children by 2 different men, but my husband thinks my second child is his. So although it's really 2 different men, I masquerade like both children are his. What makes matters worse is my youngest child's father is my brother-in-law. Okay. Yes, that's messy, but we listen and we don't judge. Laugh out loud. The other man is his half-brother, but they look very much alike, so that's why my husband doesn't suspect anything. Lately, it's been bothering me, and I'm thinking maybe I should say something. I mean, not even his brother knows it's his son. He asked me when he found out I was pregnant, but I told him the baby wasn't his. Telling the whole truth is not an option, but I was thinking maybe I should at least tell the brother since it is his son, but keep my husband in the dark because knowing the truth would crush him. What should I do, J&K?
I don't even understand none of that, bro. You got me confused, Riri. You got me confused. But
what part got you confused?
Everything. Okay. But all I'm gonna say to you, Riri, is, I'm usually come from the standpoint of honesty is the best policy. Okay? I love that. I don't lie. Well, I'm gonna say I don't lie. We all lie, right? But my lies are like, I got a pack of Doritos instead of Lay's potato chips. It doesn't really matter, right? Your lies, there's some goddamn lies that will rip your whole family unit apart, Riri. Okay? So you've been going this long with again, usually I'm like, honestly, the best policy. But you've been going this long with this lie. You might as well just keep it up and keep the peace.
Whoa!
Right? You know what I'm saying? I know you're surprised to hear that from me, but I'm just saying. I wouldn't normally give you that answer, Riri. But in this instance, I don't even understand the whole dynamics going on in your story, but I know it sounds messy as all hell. Keep the peace, keep it moving, keep everybody happy, and take that shit to the grave.
You know what? I am shocked. I am shocked.
Well, I don't know why you shocked.
So we get a J&K letter from a listener or viewer saying to us that she has 2 kids by 2 different men, which one is her husband and one is her husband's brother. The husband thinks that they're both his kids. And the part that blows my mind is the fact that you think that you are saying that you believe she shouldn't say anything and just go status quo with it and leave it as is. I never thought, I don't know what happens after this. Does Jesus return to earth? Do dog and cat start living together?
Because
what the hell?
Because you think that I like all craziness to pop off and people to commit suicide and
you are keeping it real, Jay.
Yeah,
you were Jay. You were AKA keep it real, Jay.
Yeah, that works for me.
Jay,
right?
AKA Jay, keep it a buck.
Right.
AKA Jay 100.
Yeah, because I know how to deliver honesty where people and my friends and family, they ain't gonna kill me for my honesty. She'll get killed.
Wow.
And I don't want to see that happen, and or one of the men are gonna get killed. Right? So somebody is going to get hurt. And I just don't want to see that, Kay. I'm turning over a peaceful lifestyle right now. Listen, by the way, Kay. No. I just said that don't work for me.
Yeah, well.
It don't work for me. So but that's going to have to work for Riri. Riri, you're going to have to make that work.
I'm shocked. So you're just to be clear,
yeah.
Your response to Riri is to take it to the grave.
Take it to the grave.
Wow.
Take it to the grave. Again, it wouldn't work for me. I'm not doing that.
You would, if you're Riri, you would tell, because she says that she's having second thoughts, and is considering at least telling the brother-in-law, because that is technically his son, not to the husband, but to the brother-in-law. You don't even think she should do that?
No, I don't see the sense of it.
Well, at one point he asked, "Hey, is that my kid?"
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
It's too late. How many years has this been?
I don't know. I get the.
It's been a long time. I get a sense it's been a long time.
So I get a feeling the kids are young.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can I
Yes,
chime in
Doc.
for just 1 second? We don't miss the elephant in the room here.
Yeah. What's the elephant?
What's with the brother smashing his brother's wifey?
Yeah, we didn't get to
What's
that
good
part.
with that?
Well, we kind of.
Riri?
Well, we kind
Right.
of when we were talking about Tiger and Donald Trump Jr. is that same type of thing. Family members, friends smashing each other's people. It's all messy and it's all disgusting. And yeah, I mean it just happens. We know that it happens, Doc. It's crazy. It's messy. This happens all the time. So I'm not really blown away by it because I mean we see it happen time and time again. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just don't think that it would be smart for her to do that because I don't see any positive coming out of it. I spoke to a friend of mine one time and I told him, I said, yo, if I seen your wife walking down the street kissing another guy, cheating on it, I said, yo, I'm going to tell you. He says, nah, I don't want to know. I said, well, I'm going to tell you because he says, oh, so what happens if I go and I commit suicide, I jump off the building? No, he just wanted to keep his whole family unit happy and intact. And I could respect that. Why would I want to break up a happy family unit by speaking the truth? So listen, if your friend tells you that, and if you kind of know that, and I kind of know that in Riri's situation, I know what it would do. So why would I want to break up a happy family like that?
I don't wanna know.
If you're playing me, keep it on the low. Yeah, keep it on the low, Riri. Keep it on the low. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, man.
Well, what do you want? You want Riri to speak the truth?
I feel like, yeah. I feel like yes.
So you want to break up the whole family unit. You want Riri to be without her family. You want possibly one of these men committing suicide, jumping off the building. The children's all messed up. You know, they don't have a father no more. You want that to happen? Is that what you want to happen?
Of course not. That's an easy.
Well, that's what's going to happen if Riri follows your
listen,
advice and speaks the truth.
Listen, I think that people should know their lineage. People should know that if you do some, like it's not the fault of the darkness, right? Like what you did in the dark, like if you shouldn't be doing something if you did something that you can't talk about, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
But you did it.
Right.
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 And so.
Right. She never should have done it in the first place.
And so the kid's brother should know, the oldest kid should know that that's his brother cousin. He's got a right to know that that's your cousin, nephew. Like, it's all like, yo, it's like them party mixes. Mm-hmm. It's pretzels and Cheetos in that bad boy with potato chips. It's all mixed up in that part. She made a mother party mix. To me, like, yo, put it out there. This is what happened. I don't know. I couldn't. That's difficult, man. That is difficult.
You want to see people get hurt. You want to see bloodshed.
Of course not. Of course I don't want to see that. And I would hope and pray that that's not the outcome.
You the guy that pulls over on the side of the highway and watch that car wreck. I know.
I'd hope and pray that would not happen.
Okay,
right?
well don't.
But to me, I don't know, man. Like that's not like listen, that's not cool.
She already effed up, right? And it seems like she effed up many years ago. You already did the done deed. Listen, I could see if she messed up and she wanted to tell them right after it happened. Okay, whatever. That I might have been able to sign off.
Screw me Monday, screw me on Wednesday.
Nah, like you screw me the day after. Don't screw me 10 years later. I don't want to hear about that shit 10 years from now.
What the fuck?
No. Tell me the shit that you did the day after.
I'm missing the correlation between.
It would be much easier if they found out the day after. It still would be hard. I'm not saying it would be easy. It would be easier if if you came to me and said, yo, Jay, I messed up, and you told me the day after. Instead of stringing me along for 10 years or more, thinking that this child is mine and the child is not mine, you better tell me the child is not mine from day one.
Well, that I agree with.
Right. So don't tell me 10 years later.
Yeah, I still no.
No, I don't want to know 10 years later.
After
I spent all my money on raising this child and my heart and love and affection towards this child, and the child's not mine?
Yeah.
You tell me that from day one. Really.
Yeah. I agree. It should listen. I agree. You should tell from day one. Hell, I agree.
And if you're not, don't tell me at all.
I agree that it should have been told from day one. Moreover, I think moreover, there should be nothing to tell, right? Like you shouldn't have did the shit in the first place. You shouldn't have did the deed. However, whether it's day one or 3-5 years later, whatever it is, I think you want to know. Eventually, that child's going to grow up. That child should know who his parents are. The father, the biological father, should know who his child is, right? Like that's the part that I'm thinking about. Forget her for a moment. Forget her trifling ass. And by the way, before people start writing in and say, "Why are you only blaming her?" Right? Whatever.
It is her.
I blame her more than her more than anyone.
Of course.
The brother-in-law is out of pocket, but she's a piece of shit. 100%. And then to compound that by lying so she lied to the guy that she was cheating with. Like, is there no depth to her deceitfulness? Right? Even the man that you cheated with, you can't even be right. Like, there's no honor amongst thieves.
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
She totally messed up.
Right. So she wants to hit the rebound. So I'm not thinking about her, and I know that you're thinking about all these other things that could take place as a result of that. Fracture the family, break it all up. I get that, but I don't think that is enough to prevent the truth from coming out. What I was watching. I don't know why, but it came up in my feed. Clips from paternity court, man, and these are full-grown adults, and many of them breaking down into tears as if it just happened. So that's why I say it doesn't matter whether it's day one, 20 years later. Some of these things are
it doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter to the kids. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Because I can understand why they would want to.
Right, but that's what I'm also. It's not just the kids. It's also whoever that biological parent was, and most of. I'm just telling you what I'm saying. And then so you see them reacting, right? Because there's this lost opportunity to have this bond. To people want to, like, that's my blood, that's my child, and I never had an opportunity because I didn't know, because your trifling ass lied,
right,
and said something otherwise, right? And so you took that from me, right? I went to you in this case, Riri. Riri, I asked you. I didn't turn my back on you. I didn't run away or anything. I said, hey, is that right? You told me no. Okay. So I took the affair to the grave. That I signed up for. I didn't sign up for turning away from my biological son. That part a bit much. And she's out of pocket for doing that. To me is worse than breaking your fucking vows with your husband. Yeah. And now you're sitting here fracturing the life of someone who it's always the innocent. It's always the most vulnerable. In this case, that would be the child. And so, so for me, I would absolutely say that, Riri, you should say something. You did it. You own that. And then you work like hell to do everything you can to kind of to repair it. There's no guarantee that you can repair that, but that should not stop you from doing the right thing for your son and for his dad and for what sounds like a good man in the husband that you married.
And
that's me.
There's a lot of guys too, and people that don't want to know, in terms of, like I was talking about my friend. There's a guy who, I even had a cousin of mine who was raising a child, as they call it, a jacket, that was raising a child for many, many years, and it turned out not to be his child. And there are so many alleged parents who get very close with these alleged children of theirs, and they get this bond and this love and affection for them, and they could have been raising them and supporting them for 10 or 15 years, and to turn around and tell that man that thought this child was his child when it wasn't, this is a very complex situation. You got to really think deep about telling them that truth, which will crush their world.
Yeah,
so this is why Riri's in a hard situation, because it's not just about her.
Right.
Like you say, it's about so many different factors, the children, the men.
But who is the one
Riri.
Who is the one most in need of support? Who's the one most need of support, the truth, and all of that to me is the child.
Right. But if they're getting the support
to me is the child. The
support, the child doesn't.
And I don't mean support like, I don't necessarily.
No, I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about when I think support, I know what you're saying. You're talking about the love and the effect. They're getting that.
I'm not just saying that. I'm saying that, but Jay, they should know, you should know your lineage.
Of course you should.
That's your identity.
Yeah.
You can't take that from that kid. The kid didn't ask for that.
Right.
Because of some trifling ass adults decided to do something. And so because you want to keep your shame in the dark, you deny that man.
Is the kid happy?
What is that?
Listen,
people feel good on drugs.
I understand, but if the kid is growing up and they think a parent, and if that parent is in their life and they're getting all that love and affection, if they're happy, they're happy. Listen, we understand it's not a great situation. But to implode the situation and make it even worse, I just think it's detrimental to the child as well.
I don't think you do that and have a child and have somebody living in a blissful ass existence.
Well, I was going to ask you that.
In a blissful
so
ass
you would
existence.
would you rather lead an informed blissful life or an ignorant miserable life? Sorry, an ignorant blissful life or an informed miserable life?
Yeah,
I guess you're right. I probably would rather lead an informed
that's
miserable.
a red pill, blue pill question.
Yeah.
What is it?
You'd rather be miserable.
With the red pill, the red pill reveals everything for how it is. I gotta do my whole Neo thing. I want reality. Okay. I want the reality, man.
Yeah, reality hurts is a bitch.
Yeah, reality bites. I get that, but I want the truth, man. I want to. And so when you see that show, if you ever watch it, I've never seen a whole one, but so you see the hurt from the child who is now an adult, all of this time that never knew, right? And now they find out through paternity tests.
Yeah.
You see, to your point, you see the man who thought that was his child, and in every case that I've saw or instance that I saw, that man was like, I don't care what that says. You're going to always be my child, which I love them saying that.
Yeah.
And then you see tears from the true biological father that never knew and was denied and so on.
Yeah.
And the only person, right, that sit there and looks all stupid is this woman.
Yeah.
Right? Sitting there trying to justify her actions. At no point have I ever seen that take place, that dynamic. The big reveal comes and folks say, why didn't you just leave well enough alone?
Yeah.
No one, even with all the hurt, all the pain, all the crying, all the hugging and everything, everyone would prefer to have known versus not knowing. That's people who are going through it and have gone through it. And so to me, it makes all the sense in the world. You want to know, man. You can't, that is low to take that away from someone. That's fucked up.
Well, you got to understand, Kay. Riri was asking us a question. What does she think that she should do? And so this is about Riri. So Riri,
agree.
I stand by my answer for you. I'm not going to the whole thing. Kay is a really nice guy, right? So he's worrying about all the other parties involved, which I understand why. He's a great guy. I'm worried about them as well, too. I'm just worried about them in a different sense. I don't want to crush their world and turn it upside down. And for you, it makes best sense to take it to the grave and to save some of them some heartache that they don't need to be involved with. Kay sees it different. You need to do what you need to do.
All right.
All right. Well, there you go. All right, it's been fun. That was a great question by Riri. All right, best of luck to you. And we had some great topics, some great debates, man. We had some really interesting turns. So we hope it all works out well for all the parties involved in our great stories. So it's been fun. Season 2, we're back in effect here. We're having so much fun. Make sure you tune in next week for more fun stories and debates and issues that we are going to talk about on the J and K Show. I'm your man, J Rob, and for my man K in the house, we'll see you next week for more fun. Be good. Take care, y'all. We're out.